Kula Shaker think they're going to be the biggest band in the world. To achieve this, they got the help of Indian kings, spirituality and magic. And this is how it all began.
We met at college. Paul was contacted through a classified advert in a strange newspaper, and Jay, we found him in a park, and he told us that he had this big organ, and he finally we formed, and the music was, it just worked, and we've just been playing since then.
If forming the band wasn't special, the choice of name was. The group think that they never would have been successful if it wasn't for the name.
It comes from ancient India, and King Kula Shaker was an ancient Indian king who wrote poetry and made music. And
he was a mystic.
He was mystic, he was a very pious geezer. And Crispian knew a modern day Kula Shaker.
We were looking for a name for a band at the time, and I was like, Kula Shaker! It's got a good vibe to it, hasn't it? Kula Shaker. I am Kula Shaker. And so he told me about this Indian king. He said, you will have, very much blessings, good luck if you take this name. And so we took the name, and we got a record deal within about
2 minutes.
2 minutes.
That record deal was with Columbia Records. They released their first single, Grateful When You're Dead, which went straight in at number 35 in the UK charts. And suddenly, Kula Shaker was the name on everybody's lips. But strange things kept on happening.
We started playing this song, so my false eyeball's a bit loose. No, we started playing it, and we were singing, you'll be grateful when you're dead, and we just thought, oh, that's a funny title for a song. And then Jerry Garcia from the Grateful Dead died, and we thought, oh, well, something strange is happening here. Maybe Jerry was there right at the beginning.
We'll have to acknowledge that in the song somehow, so we wrote this end piece.
Which happened to be in the same key, so we got a bit of sellotape and stuck it on the end. And hey presto, Joey was there on the end of it.
He was.
But it wasn't until the second single that Kula Shaker really tasted success. And of course, there was some Indian magic involved.
Tatva, well, what can you say about Tatva? We wanted to have something really magical in a pop song. So this mantra from India, Chinta Veda Veda Tatva, very powerful mantra spoken by some very strange people. We thought we'd just throw it in a pop song and see what happened. And strange things happened.
It's lovely that it got in the charts. We were in Germany touring at the time.
Thanks, kids.
And we heard it go up to number 4, and we were just astounded. It was...
Tatva means eternal truth. If something's true, then it doesn't change from Monday to Thursday. It's the same the whole way through the week.
We loved playing it. That started off as pretty much a jam as well, and then Crispin came up with the English part of the lyrics, and it just worked well, and we've recorded it several times. It's a fun track to play live.
Tatva climbing the charts all over Europe, Kula Shaker found that people were falling in love with their music.
I love them. They're the best band on the whole planet.
Grateful When You're Dead was big in that sort of way, and Tapper had more sort of depth to it, but still the same sort of dimensions in width. And Hey Dude was like a bigger, like a 3 times version bigger than Grateful. So they all were quite unique.
Hey Dude was the next single, and Kula Shaker's Indian vibes were getting them noticed. And becoming successful did not surprise the band at all.
For us, you know, we're on our 3rd single, actually. 3rd singles. We wanted to be doing alright by our 3rd single, and we always knew Tatler was a hit. We always loved that song. And we've got more where they came from, so for us, it's not that much of a surprise. We're surprised that it went straight in at number 4. But we all thought, this is a really good track, so... what can you say? We're not, you know, it's not that we've got really big egos or anything. Can you open the window a bit? Yeah. My ego, just to sort of...
Well, I mean, you're a genius, so I mean, you can't really help it.
Whether the success of Kula Shaker is down to Crispian's charisma or the magic of India is hard to say. But maybe it's the influence of the 60s that's really the secret of the band's success.
We've all got different sort of musical tastes and stuff, and it just all sort of comes together in a world that somehow it all works together.
We're not big fans of the 80s, I must say.
Synth pop.
We're not big fans of the 70s either. There's a few exceptions there. You can't rule it all out, but you know, the thing that people go on about us liking the 60s so much, you know, the late 60s had a certain spirit about them that you just haven't found since and won't find again probably in that way. But it helps when the bands that were writing all the classic songs, all the best songs, by that time they could all play their instruments as well. So that's, you know, half the reason why we're devotees of that time. But we're trying to move on as well, you know. That's our reference point, and that's our favourite sort of music. So there's a lot of that in it.
Even if there is a lot of the 60s in their music, Crispian is a part of the 90s as well. He has just collaborated with Prodigy on a track for their new album.
It's just really good. It's really, and it's got a mantra running through it, and it's very psychedelic. It's kind of it's very much of an apocalyptic sort of track with a lot of spiritual Shakti thrown in there. So it should be, you know, a good bit of fun.
And spirituality is an important thing for the band.
There is a bit of a spiritual bankruptcy though in the West, you see, so it's nice to be able to sort of fight against that. You know, I know I've seen other people talking about it. It's happening, you know. The Fugees talking about it at the moment, which is quite rare these days to hear people talk about spirituality, you know. We all together have to come and change the way that we look at the world and the way that we deal with our own lives and find our own unique way of dealing with it, but it comes with an elevation of consciousness, a higher awareness, a deeper understanding of people and your purpose here, and a kind of departure from just the materialism that we've been having. That's all I've been talking about. Everybody knows that the planet's dying, you know. So let's change it, you know. That's all. music's a really spiritual thing, man. And what's the point in having music in the first place? It's all about tasting a bit of freedom, isn't it? So we have that with our music as well. We mean it, man. Hey.
Kula Shaker really are a family band. 3 of the members live in the same house together, and the 4th just lives down the road. But when it comes to the music, it's Crispian who's in charge of writing the songs.
It's mainly Crispian who plays the guitar and sings, and he usually comes with a skeleton of a song, and we sort of make loads
good.
of,
So, I mean, you know.
we make loads of noise, we ruin it for him.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's more of a collective thing. Sometimes we'll sort of jam something and then Crispian will come back with some lyrics over the top, but usually it's him with the song and a fairly specific idea of how he'd want it to turn out.
And with the 4th single, Govinda, Crispian really knew what he wanted. That Indian magic flowed once again with the lyrics sung in the language of Sanskrit.
Actually, Sanskrit is a very powerful language. It affects your consciousness even, you know.
And were you actually singing in Sanskrit, is that right?
I am, yeah. Just so that no one knows what I'm talking about. Rather than singing in English and people in Germany don't know what we're doing, or singing in German and people in Italy don't know what we're singing. Singing in Sanskrit, no one knows what you're talking about.
If Govinda was the Indian single, it was a taste of a Kula Shaker's first album, K, which is even more musically exotic.
There's a lot of different styles, and there's like joining pieces, and it's a concept album without a concept type thing. Yeah, there's all kinds of things in there. It's a bit of a, we've tried to make it a bit of a musical journey as opposed to single song, you know. Actually, I find there's a lot of albums I just put them on and go, just skip half the tracks on it. It's more of a journey, though.
Exotic sounds, and there's hopefully some modern sounds, and obviously some 60s things happening, but and some straight ahead sort of rock songs.
Bits of all of us, really. It's like, you know, we all collectively make Kula Shaker, so there's all these individual bits that make the noise.
It was recorded with John Leckie,
With musical instruments.
all over England, because we were on tour with the President of the United States of America, God bless them, and a few other bands, and we're doing festivals as well. So we record, stop, do some gigging, record, stop, do some gigging, and it worked well that way. Actually, I couldn't handle going into a studio for, like, you know, 8 months or even 8 years, like Pink Floyd do, you know, and you never leave. We're just being free with the music, just seeing what happens and just letting it walk around a bit, you know. But you have to have a little bit of discipline there with how long it goes on for. If you're going to just sort of improvise a bit in the studio, you have to say, well, we're going to stop after 40 minutes because it might get boring after that. So we cut it down to an hour. We thought that was fine. Jazz, freeform, improvisation.
The reason the other two are so pale is they spend so much time in the studio. They're complete studio masters, like to get very creative and very to take their dream and make it big.
Big and loud.
But Jay and I, where we're at is going out and playing it live, going out on the road.
went to Germany,
France,
Sweden,
and Holland.
and Holland. And everyone's up for it.
We're sort of getting a person out playing to full audiences, you know. For the last 6 weeks, we gigged around little pubs in London for 2 years, and it wasn't a particularly happy experience. So it's all right, just paying your dues.
It's your apprenticeship, isn't it?
But and before that, you're playing for years in bands in provincial pubs and stuff. So to be playing in places like Astoria and being sold out, it's a real, you know, pleasure. And we played at a festival in Sweden, which is kind of weird. It was kind of like a beer rave. All these drunk people, like really, but they had like dance tent. All these drunk people going like this.
4 in the morning.
Yeah, it's queer. But a few of them came in and watched us. There was a rock tent. There was like a smaller tent. It was a bit sad to see that the music tent, the rock tent was like smaller than the rave tent. But there you go.
The funniest thing that happened to us on this tour was some girls hid in a loo in a restaurant to get Alonso's autograph, and then when we came out of the restaurant, their mum was following us with a video camera. So it was a bit strange when the whole family were in on it, you know.
If Kula Shaker want to become the best band in the world, they'll have to get used to being followed by fans. But for the 4 members of Kula Shaker, it's not about being famous.
When we're playing music, we're not just doing it for like, you know, we're trying to offer something to people as well, and people are enjoying it, which is it's great for us. We feel like we're achieving something. You got to justify your existence, don't you? I mean, we're going to sit around talking about, you know, our fantasies or whatever. You got to go out and do it, and you got to go out and meet real people, not TV sets. Help! Let me escape!
One of the highlights of 1996 for Kula Shaker was performing live at the 1996 MTV Europe Music Awards.
Okay, we've made it. Alexandra Palace. Who's Alexandra anyway? I told you, no more. Do we stay in Canada where it's snowing and do the gigs, or do we do the MTV? Yes. Must have had an awful lot of money, though, to have a place like that. Who's this over here? Oh, Grandad. I told you, no more. Oh, hey, 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 it's not you. Can you hear that all right? Yeah, I'll let him in. Come on, you've got to feel sorry for him. It's just like Glastonbury, isn't it, Jay?
Loads of fun.
So, come on then. Remember, you've got to be really, really famous to get into this place, so I don't know what we're doing here. We're happy. Happy people.
I'm happy.
I'm awfully happy.
Yes.
Who's more famous out of you and Jay?
I don't know. Who are you? It's Jay Darlington. Hey. Oh.
No, it isn't. It's Eric Morecambe. No more. I don't know what you're talking about. Music just happens. You can't say how it happens. It just...
Tree. It's a London tree.
I don't know what you're talking about. We don't know anything about it. We don't know how it came about, really.
So, guys, I was just wondering, you know, as you do, where did you get the name?
Jay?
Well, my mum gave it to me.
Your mum gave you your name?
Yeah.
No, she's talking...
I'm talking about the actual, the name.
No, he's talking about Kula Shaker.
Oh, Kula Shaker.
It sort of came about, we were walking down the road and we got a song, an idea.
I got the name from that smelly microphone.
Jay, stop doing that with the microphone!
I said I got the name from the smelly microphone.
Fascinating. Right, now, quite interesting. Tell me about your hi-hat parts.
Oh, they're lovely. They're not as good as Jay's organ parts, but they're pretty good.
Tell me why I'm walking through Ali Pali holding a microphone, acting like a brat.
Because MTV have this strange style of camera work, which means you have to constantly keep moving the camera like this, you see. There you go.
He wanted the camera to stay on him too long.
What do you mean I'm funny?
Forget it.
Anyway, enough
Silly.
of this. Let's go inside. no more. Okay, we're not apathetic. We care a lot.
We're not posh, you know.
Ooh. Ah.
This is really good fun.
Yes, I'm really enjoying myself.
It's all over, I told you, no more.
And when it came to performing Tatva, they had a special message for their worldwide audience.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here in the sight of Almighty God to kiss the devil's ass, to consume as none have consumed no more. A tinta beta beta tap
And here we are with Kula Shaker, just ending performing on stage. How was your performance, do you think?
It was like this.
Rocking?
Yeah, it was good fun, yeah.
You had sort of a controversial intro by saying something about some people out there and you being very intimate with the devil's arse. What was that all about?
Well, this is the devil. This is the devil's arse, and this is us.
But what's that mean?
I don't know. What do you think it means?
I have no idea that you like kissing it, but for what reason?
No, it's something to do with music, with pop music. And, you know, I think that's what it's there for, don't you? And I think, you know, that we're just taking it to its natural conclusion.
Yeah.
Which is, you know, very rude, actually.
like the flower and the scent of summer, like the sun and the shine.
And a prestigious award ceremony gave them a chance to go stargazing.
It's a good celebrity event, you know. We were just sort of looking, who's here, you know, that kind of thing. No Barry White, unfortunately.
We had clipboards with Spot the Star on it. How many did you get? You got 50?
We're having contests.
Paul got 20 and you got 30, didn't you?
30 almost.
Hidden meanings or a message in their music. Kula Shaker want you to make up your minds about their songs. And at the end of the day, they just want people to enjoy themselves.
Bit of mantra, you know, all good stuff, you know. It only makes it better, only makes it more, gives it more energy, gives it a bit of magic. The thing is, you see, it's the music that's got to do the talking. It's no point for me to sit here and say, oh, we've got a message, because it's not like that. It's music. And people should just get into that, you know. That's the way that we're communicating, not really like this. Sorry.